Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to episodes 8 and 9 of Glitch Text. And this is finishing out at least what we've got so far of the series. Yeah, we're concluding Glitch Text today, and it's sad because I really love this show. Like, this is kind of like, you could say, broken the curse for me. Because we've had these other big shows lately these other big name cartoons that have just not done it for me for one reason or another, despite their otherwise notable popularity. Amphibia was a big example. Owl House, another one. Um, and it sucks because it's like I wanted so much from those and they just didn't deliver. And now this one does, and I'm gonna be finished with it. But hopefully it doesn't go like 12 Forever and end up getting canceled. That would really suck ass. It's like, oh yeah, let's cancel the good shows and just continue making the ones that are just kind of mediocre. um, but either way. So yeah, we have two more episodes. Per usual, I don't know what to expect from them, but yeah, we are going to be getting to them and hoping for the best. Now, as for what is coming on the channel after this, as I've stated before, we are continuing on with Digimon Adventure 2020. That does resume this coming Sunday. So next week, I will be able to get to the next episode of that. Um, I'm obviously super excited to get back to Digimon, but uh, we had a bit of time off. I wanted to check out Glitch Text in the meantime, just as something to replace it for the time being. And hey, I could say that it was a successful reaction series. I mean, by the fact that I really enjoyed it and everything, compared to some other things I've checked out on the channel. Excuse me. But yeah, so with the more episodic nature of the show, it's like it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything more with the entire plot thread about what was started with the oh, what's her name? The inspector lady, with calling Hinobi headquarters and telling them about Miko and stuff. Like, I don't know if we're gonna get anything more on that. I'm gonna say probably not, but we'll see. Either way, yeah, definitely excited to get to these last two episodes, and hopefully it leaves off for now on a good note. Um, excuse me, sorry about all that. But yeah, so we're just going to get this started and hope for the best. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow a link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so two more pretty damn good episodes here to close out the 9 we've got so far. Um, so apparently there will be 10 more episodes coming in the future. I did look it up. It's already been confirmed and everything. We just don't know exactly when yet. But the idea from a lot of people is right now that it's going to be late 2020, so maybe sometime around November. We'll see, we'll see. But you know I'll be reacting to more of this. So yeah, our first episode here, episode 8, centered a lot around Allie. So Allie is seemingly sick and getting hurt and everything, and Miko wants to find a way to fix her. So with some assistance from Phil, they're led to this woman who is kind of the expert of companion pets for glitch tech, and she sends Miko into this kind of virtual landscape, this kind of game world, in order to, well, fix things. She also sends Five, who basically her entire goal with that is to try and get him to understand and get his own companion. So the long story short is that we find out that Allie um, is not really sick or anything, but that she is basically hungry. She needs upgrades, and it seems like she specifically needed ones from her own game. So once she got those, she was even able to become like a phoenix, kind of, um, and upgrade in a way. Meanwhile, Five, while fighting some little robot dudes, comes across a bigger robot dude, an alpha bot, who he kind of bonds with. They end up working together to find the lost screw that the alpha bot is missing, and yeah, they form a bond and become as close as, honestly, Miko and Allie. And so once they manage to escape, they come to realize that this was all intentional, that this woman put them through this, nothing actually glitched, and it was all just basically a test. For Miko to actually learn more about Allie and learn how to take care of her and handle her a little better, as well as for Five to, again, become more acquainted with the idea of companion pets and allow himself to not only get one, but just understand and accept them a little more. Not that he hasn't, it's just it's more along the lines of he had a narrow view of them before. But yeah, it was a very fun episode. I love the Phoenix version of Allie. I've probably mentioned it before, but the Phoenix is my favorite mythical creature, so it's like definitely a big plus there. Um, and yeah, the lava level that they went to was pretty interesting. I like the little like tribal like robots; they were hilarious. Yeah, it was fun. I had no real issue. Um, then we get to the second episode, which was a lot more involved, I guess you could say. It felt like a bigger deal, for sure. So we finally get follow up on Lexi knowing about the glitch tech stuff. Because we had seen in the beginning of the series that she did avoid getting her mind wiped after she had found out about everything. So we finally get the follow up on that, and she uses it initially to blackmail Miko into helping her train for karate because she actually really enjoys karate. And this is a really interesting thing for her because I've seen this done before in various other places, but it's like she's got all these trophies, she's got all these things she's been good at, but the one thing that she's not good at is the one thing she actually loves, the one thing that she actually connects with. And I really like that. Again, I've seen this kind of concept done in various other pieces of media here and there. But it kind of holds this wonderful irony to it, where it's like, again, where she's good at everything, but the one thing she's not good at is the one thing she actually likes. It's just this irony that really works. Um, this is also our second episode getting to really connect with more of Miko's family. We had an episode on our last set that connected with her older sister, and now we're connecting with her younger sister. Um, and while her older sister was a gamer herself, who kind of was just trying to fit in a lot of ways and trying not, well, actually more like trying not to stand out than trying to actually fit in. She was trying not to stand out, trying to just survive as a teenager and everything, and wasn't really like shutting herself out of Miko's life, but was more like cold to it. Um, Lexi, meanwhile, is kind of the opposite in terms of personality and just overall um, character archetype. Because while the older sister is much more of your like kind of apathetic teen in a lot of ways, Lexi is definitely more of an excitable, emotional character. She very much runs on her emotions, which is a big deal, and that's completely fine. I have no issue with that at all. Um, in fact, I'd actually say it's a good thing. She runs on her more on her emotions than any sense of logic. Um, and it kind of leads her into like her troubles with the game, the karate trainer game that they use. Because she's noting how, yeah, it's not karate. Like this is not karate. This is kind of ridiculous. She's not connecting with it because she's like she's not well, she's just not connecting with it. I don't know how else to put it. And she's like trying to see it from a very specific way, but it's not working. And she kind of learns that she just kind of has to have fun with it, just has to accept it for what it is and enjoy it and not try to think too much about it. So it's like, yeah, it's nice and fun and it's cute, and I liked Miko and Lexi's relationship to get with each other. They had a very good sibling chemistry going on. Um, and yeah, it's just a really fun episode. Had some really interesting concepts. Brought in another fighting game idea with it. I enjoyed it. And I do hope we see more of Lexi in the future and continue to grow these bonds with Miko and her sisters in general. And I do hope we get to see more with her brothers too. Um, and even with her parents, I'd love to see some development on that level. And even though for the most part these episodes do kind of come across as self-contained, they're their own little thing. Um, you could tell that these little things that Miko and Five are going through, they are helping them grow. It's video game logic. They're leveling up. They're gaining experience, and it's helping them grow. It's helping them learn. It's helping them become better as people, not just as gamers. And it's kind of like bridging the gap between those two sides of life, between the side that's just like, okay, this is something I like to do for fun. It's something that I enjoy, but it doesn't really have an effect on reality too much. And the side that's more like practical and real and like, oh, this is applicable to my real life. And it kind of bridges them in a really good way. And I like seeing that because a lot of people act like video games are just completely separate at all times and that they have no relevance to a person's real life and their growth and just their ability to become better people. But they very much do. Video games very much can shape people. Now, I'm not one who's on the opposite side who's like saying like violent video games will automatically make you violent. No, but video games can very well teach great lessons to people. They can very much help people in a lot of ways through emotional issues. Video games can do wonders just like any piece of media in all of that kind of stuff. And it's just like you just have to know how to view them. You don't just view them as just some fun little time waster. When you're playing a game that has like this big story element to it, like pay attention to what the characters are saying, what they're doing, what they believe in, the lessons that the game is teaching through the story, stuff like that. You pay attention to that stuff and it's like it'll start to it'll start to connect with you more. At least that's how I've always seen it. And yeah, games can just be fun time wasters too. They can be. They can be both. And it's kind of why they're so fun. That they can have ideals and messages taught in their stories. And then there's just some games that are just like, oh, I'm just gonna spend half an hour playing Tetris for no reason. And it's like it doesn't teach you anything, but it's fun. So it's like, yeah, there's both sides of that coin. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed these episodes, and it's sad to see it go. It's sad to see it be done for now. But when it does come back, you know I'm going to be reacting to more. That being said, as I said in the pre-thoughts, we are moving back to Digimon Adventure 2020. Um, the next episode does air this Sunday, so we won't be able to get to anything until next week. But yeah, that is what is going to take over this slot, and I'll just switch it out on the channel banner. Um, and we'll kind of go from there. But in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in, and tell me in the comments below what you thought of these final two episodes of glitch text that we have so far. So thank you so much, and yeah, for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See you all next time.